It's 2025 and it's Black Friday season. We are officially 43 days, 23 hours, 47 minutes, and 49, 48, 47 seconds ticking into the Black Friday season. Black Friday, traditionally, at least in recent, handful of years, has been about a 6-week period. We're talking mid-October, and that's October 15th, through the end of November. That has been when Black Friday sales would ramp up. Now, Black Friday, way back in the day, Black Friday was just that, Black Friday. It was a one-day event. Then it kind of transitioned into a Black Friday week, and we get a week long of events. And then even like a few days before that, they'd start talking about doorbuster deals and all that kind of stuff. Well, and then the pandemic hit and everything changed. And that changed all the rules and people couldn't come into stores. And so they start spreading it around and it became Black Friday season. And that's where we got to this point, the 6-week season of Black Friday, where the sales, they start pretty hard and then they kind of peter off, a little sale here, a little sale there. Teasers to keep you interested, to keep you up for when the actual sales really would start to hit. And then, of course, every store was trying to preempt other stores, so that it kept creeping forward again. So every time they pull it back, it would creep forward. But this year, I'm hearing barely any whispers. In fact, I got the first emails regarding this kind of stuff just today. All right. And here's a couple of the reasons why I think this is happening. Well, first of all, jobs are down. All right. We lost 32,000 jobs in September. Now, this is I hate to say it this way. I don't want to say a silver lining. It sucks, and I really feel bad for the people who did lose their jobs. But hopefully there's other jobs out there and stuff like that. A lot of this, I think the biggest hit is coming from the tech sector as AI, rears its head and employers are like, we don't need these jobs anymore. We got him to do all this. But that said, as the economy goes down, sales go up. So if you are one of the people who did not lose your job and you're in a stable situation and you're looking to save some money, this could be one of the best seasons yet. And we're going to talk more about that. Now, if we look at other stuff, Black Friday spending throughout the years, it had been going up like nobody's business right up until the pandemic. And then everything went online and it kind of spread out and became a much broader kind of thing as we were talking about. So you didn't see that kind of spike specifically in Black Friday spending. It became more of the season and got, moved around a little bit more. But it started to pick up recently, all right? Now, one thing we do want to talk about is in-store shopping, though, it, of course, fell off during the pandemic. It came back because everyone was excited to get back, and then everyone was kind of like, okay, I'm done with crowds, and they're back to online. But stores don't mind selling online, but they really want to sell you in the store, okay? And if we look at the trend with Black Friday and Cyber Monday, that reflects similar kind of spending that is more and more and more online. So what does that mean for you? Well, people are shopping online. That means, the economy is weaker than it has been. Job numbers are down. When this happens, as I said, sales go up. And I've been covering this. We've been covering sales and the online and the in-store pricing for 10 years now. 10 years as of August. So I think I've got a fairly good handle on what's going on here. And based on what I'm hearing is that everything is going to get pushed back to right till Black Friday. Now, I say that, but again, what typically happens is everyone kind of agrees, okay, we're going to do this, and then people want to jump the gun and be the first one out of the gate. So there will be some slips here and there. We may get a leak here and there. Hopefully we will. Hopefully you can stay tuned and like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of those because we always cover them. But people ask, what about Harbor Freight? What about Harbor Freight? Typically in years past, actually, and I've been the first one to say it, Harbor Freight Black Friday sales have been a real yawn, a real sleep. Not as good as a lot of the parking lot sales and other stuff going on. I think this year might be different. Harbor Freight has changed the way they're doing their sales. They find categories where they can do just really big blowout sales, 25, 35, 40% off on many categories. And I think we're going to see that again. As far as Lowe's and Home Depot and Menards and Ace, these are all stores that we typically cover. I think we're going to see more of the same. We're going to see more deals, although I think that there's going to be pullback on some of the big names. I don't think we're going to see much from Bosch, from Makita, or from Rigid. Those are typical ones that are kind of like meh kind of sales. I think that we're going to see DeWalt out of the gate, Milwaukee out of the gate, Ryobi deals going well, Skill and Flex 24 volt stuff coming out really big as well. Craftsman is going to be huge in sales this year. From what I've been seeing, the Craftsman stuff, they finally found their niche with the RP brushless tools, with the overdrive hand tools. They've gotten some traction, and I think they're going to really push it hard this year to try and gain that market share that they've lost. All right. Now, as far as other stuff and other online ones, there's going to be huge ones in the power supply market. If you've been holding out waiting for an EcoFlow or an Anchor or Blue Eddy or any of those other ones, I think we're going to see some big sales. We had a price war earlier this summer. Everyone's kind of licking their wounds at this point, but I think come Black Friday, it's going to hit hard again. We're also going to see a lot in the way of the accessories kind of stuff from companies like Fantic, stuff like that. That's going to be coming hard as well. So if you like the small electronics, those tools, stuff like that, we're going to see a lot of that. 3D printers going to be a huge. They've been releasing new 3D printers left and right. And come Black Friday, they're going to try and really establish that corner in the market. I know, got an email, can't say from who, but the Pandas are big fans of them. How about that? They're going to be big this year in deals, all right? So stay tuned. We're going to have every deal we can. The second they come out, we'll release them. I think this may be one of the biggest Black Friday seasons yet. But again, this is one that's going to be completely different than anything we've seen before. It's going to be bucking the trend. That's the one thing you can put your money on. Anyway, if you like what we do here, go ahead and chomp the old like button, smash the subscribe, ring the bell on the way out. You all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on.